What's up, guys? Jeremy here from RC Nightmare, bringing you my final review of the Traxxas Rally. This is the offering from Traxxas that definitely fits the trend, the current trend of mad rallies everywhere. Basically, everybody and their mother's releasing rallies, so we're definitely going to have a lot of stuff to compare it to. Unfortunately, at the time of this review, I haven't driven any of the other ones, so I'm going to try to weather my pros and weather my cons. Try to look at it basically for what it is. So the price point is right over $450 if I remember correctly. So it's not cheap, but I mean it's basically the same price. Oh boy, as you can see, I've filled the entire chassis with dirt and debris. I mean, for those who don't think we run our kits, that's not Hollywood magic. That is a disgusting mess. Probably shouldn't plug that lipo. So in terms of, we'll go through our standard kind of delivery here. In terms of durability, I mean, it's, holy cow, I'm carrying a lot of mud weight in there. It's basically, you know, I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. 4.5 out of 5, people. Had some issues with the shock caps. Although I guess a lot of people aren't surprised by that, I haven't had that issue with like my Slash or anything. Now, if I remember correctly, on my Slash 4x4, before I ever even ran it, I upgraded it to the Traxxas big bore shocks. So that's probably why I didn't have that issue. I thought, other than that, this front bumper makes it almost indestructible in terms of front end, and the back bumper in terms of rear end collisions. You're not going to really break a ton of stuff on this kit. It's Traxxas. I mean, it's not going to break. Say what you want about Traxxas, whether you like them or not, but you can't deny their stuff is extremely durable. And obviously, given that it shares so many parts with so many other Traxxas kits, replacement parts are readily available and very affordable. Bashability, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5, because I'm going to give it a 3 point. I'm going to drop it down even, a 3.75 out of 5. I thought the low center of gravity chassis adds a ton of fun to basically otherwise known as a Slash. It's very fast. A lot of people will tell you, hey, I don't run it on 3S. I do. I throw a $10 fan on the ESC in the motor, and it keeps it cool. So I run it on 3S. I have a ton of fun. I run it on 2S. I have still a ton of fun, just slightly less fun. So overall, in terms of just handling a wide variety of terrain, it handles more than you'd ever expect it to. I mean, as you can see, I definitely put it through its paces. I mean, this chassis is completely filled with garbage. I'm not looking forward to cleaning this one bit. But I will have to do that this week. Raceability, this is the one where I really want to say, like, ask me later. Because with all these rallies coming out, I guarantee that there will be race classes popping up everywhere. As far as I know, there's not one at my local track. But again, I think what makes a Traxxas product good for bashing makes it bad for racing. I don't know how this would hold up in terms of the race scene, especially with, you know, I don't know what kind of motors they're going to allow, if they're going to allow, you know, something like a Valenion in there. I don't know. You know, I thought the suspension overall was pretty poor. I would definitely recommend replacing those shocks with some big bores and get some different springs on there. You know, this giant shell in a lot of ways acted as a parachute when I was jumping it. Now, I was jumping it outdoors into a pretty gusty wind, but it just feels kind of clunky underneath that huge body, which is, I guess, fine for racing or bashing, but I don't know how it would hold up in a race environment. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5 for racing. I just don't know if people are going to be able to win races with the Traxxas Rally. But I guarantee you, any of those other ones that rate really well for the race scene, they're not going to be able to bash like this. In terms of value, just like what is normal for Traxxas, I think their stuff, their brushless stuff is just maybe $50 too expensive for what you get. I mean, to not include a lipo, or to have the, if at 460, if they would have been big bore shocks, I would have said okay. At 460, if it would have had it came with a lipo battery and a little better charger, something like that, maybe. I think this truck should be right around $399 in my opinion. So for value, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5, because just like with a lot of kits out there, the tires are looking pretty gnarled too. If you're spending $460 on a kit, now you need new tires. Okay, now you're up to $500 right there. New shocks, $550, almost $600 just to get this where you really want it. For $600, I would pass on it. So that's why I rate it low on value. Fun factor, I'm gonna give it a 4.5, 4.75 out of 5. Absolutely fun. Remember, I am a basher almost exclusively, so this kit is super fun. It's one of the few that will remain. I mean, my Slash, through all my sell-offs, stayed in my collection for years. I think the Traxxas Rally will do the same. I don't plan on dumping it, also partially because I miss my Slash, but I see myself upgrading this over time, adding some things, and just having this instead of a Slash. I think a lot of people, they ask, oh, can I turn a Slash into this, blah, blah, blah. Well, Traxxas is already selling the Slash with the LCG chassis now. So, I mean, it really comes down to what you want. Unless you have a ton of money, I don't see any value in having them both. That's just me. But the overall fun factor is this kit is super fun. Would I buy it again? Yeah, undoubtedly. Undoubtedly. Even though it's a little overpriced in my opinion, I love the Slash 4x4. Therefore, by association, I must also love the Rally because they're not all that different. The Rally it's a really cool looking truck. It opens up a lot more terrain than a Slash might. It just makes zipping around a lot more fun. The Slash is really more like off-roading. I have a lot of fun with it in those type of scenarios. But the Rally just is a little more fun. I don't know what it is, if it's the fact that I feel like I'm driving a car or what. But with the Rally, I think it makes kind of boring terrain a ton more fun. And I think that's really what sums it up. So absolutely, I would buy it again. Will I buy all the other Rallys out there? That's an upside down question mark. I'm going to try to get to the HPI. I don't know. I think the other producers out there are doing a great job with their coverage of Rally. So I might just step back on this one and keep the one that I like and kind of stick to that because I don't want to be buying too many kits. We'll see. We'll see what the Christmas season brings. So I hope you enjoyed my overview of the Traxxas Rally. Hope it answered some questions for you. And if you have any more, please post them up on down below because that's where we chat down there. If you like this video, please crush that like button down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you take a second and join the over 20,000 RC fans and subscribe. Thanks for watching this video, guys. We'll talk to you real soon.